Bum bum ba-dum, dun 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 dun. I'll get you back to your 24-hour Life of an Egg channel in a moment. Hello and welcome to a special report on Jacques Cousteau. I'm Christopher Rodriguez and here's the story. Jacques Cousteau was born June 11, 1910. He was a sickly child and he couldn't go on any activities. His father's millionaire boss helped cure his sickness. He brought him to the ocean to get exercise. When his father's boss moved, it meant that Jacques' family had to move. When he was 13, he had his first camera. He says, "My early films weren't very good. What I liked was taking the camera apart and developing the film." One day, when he was bored, he threw rocks out of the window of his high school and quickly got expelled. When he was older, he joined the Navy and met Philippe Tallies, then another swimmer, Frederick Dumas. One day, Frederick bought some underwater goggles so they could see the ocean. When Cousteau looked under there, the fish below fascinated him. A few years later, after he got married, with the help of a famous and brilliant engineer, Amy Gagnon, he invented the first aqualung. This was important because now people could see and breathe underwater. This meant they could explore for longer periods of time. He understood that his invention could provide the freedom that he and the other divers sought, so they could glide unhurried and unharmed deep beneath the sea. In the early 1940s, it wasn't a happy time for Jacques and his wife Simone. They had two young sons, Jean-Michel and Philippe. During that time, World War II had begun, and the Nazis captured Jacques' brother, also named Philippe. When Jacques joined the army, people asked him to use his aqualung and search the water for underwater mines that had been sent there by Hitler. This was a dangerous job for him. After the Navy, he let his sons use the aqualung for the first time. Jean-Michel was talking underwater. Philippe's mask fell off. When Jacques brought them up, he told them that they couldn't speak underwater. He said, "It is a silent word." In 1950, he began to look for a ship that would transport divers and serve as his headquarters. He found a ship in Malta and named it the Calypso. He found a crew, including his wife, and made people build a lookout deck. While he was searching underwater one day, he saw a sunken ship and found that it tanks of 2,200-year-old wine that he drank. In 1960, he became concerned about the French government because they were thinking of dumping nuclear waste in the ocean. Cousteau and the others got in the way of trains that were bringing nuclear waste to the ocean. So the government decided to stop. In September of 1962, Cousteau wondered what living under the water would feel like, so he decided to make conch shelf wine. It could hold 2 people. By the way, conch shelf means continental shelf. After that, he decided to make conch shelf 2 called the Starfish House because it could hold 5 people. Conch shelf 3 called the Deep Cabin was 85 feet below the surface, and it could hold 2 people for a week. During that time, he was thinking of filming underwater life and putting it on television. The people at ABC wanted to rename his show The Underwater World of Jacques Cousteau. His first show was all about sharks. He taught the world that sharks are not the bloodthirsty creatures they thought they were. Other programs captured the frogs of Lake Titicaca, the elephant seals, and humpback whales. In 1969, an oil spill near California went all around the sea, killing seabirds and fish. Another event happened at the time also. Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. But Jacques said that we should explore the undersea world before we see space. "We are all on the same boat, spaceship Earth," he said. During that time, he found out his brother Philippe was dying of cancer, so Cousteau went back to France to be with his brother when he died. Now with Jean-Michel at his side, he continued to film the water planet. Almost every day, Jacques still travels to the underwater world. He says the oceans can never yield. He also says to remind us, the destiny of a future generation goes in our hands. Oh, this just in. He died in 1997. And now back to our show. Pack it up, boys. Bum, Bum, ba, dun, 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 dun.